Let's be real for a second. If you ask the failed owner operator why they went out of business in the first 12 months, they always have a list ready. It's fuel prices, it's the insurance hike, it's the $10,000 engine repair that came out of nowhere. They blame the expenses. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie. Expenses are just the symptoms, they aren't the cause of the death. If fuel was the only reason people failed, no one would be on the road. The truth is, most carriers fail in year one because of something much deeper, something psychological, something structural. On this video, on Trucking with MBR, I'm going to talk about the real reasons carriers fail. It's not because of what's in your tank, it's about what's in your head and how you've built your foundation. If you're in your first 90 days or you're thinking about pulling the trigger, listen to this video because it might save your life. The number one reasons carriers fail isn't that they spent too much, it's that they didn't scale fast enough. I see it every day. A driver gets his CDL, gets his authority, buy one truck, and think he's an entrepreneur. No, you're just a driver who owns his own truck. In this industry, margins are razor thin. When you have one truck, that truck has to be perfect. If that truck sits for 3 days because of a sensor issue, your revenue is zero, but your insurance is still due, your truck note is still due, and your family still needs to eat. Most of you are trying to play it safe by staying small, but in trucking, small is dangerous. If you don't have a plan to get truck 2, 3, and 4, you are one blown turbo away from bankruptcy. You fail because you have zero redundancy. You haven't built a business, you've built a fragile glass house and you're driving it down a bumpy highway. The real reason you fail is that you didn't understand the math of scale. One truck is a hobby, 3 trucks is a business. Let's talk about the cash flow gap. New carriers fail because they treat their business bank accounts like a personal ATM. You run a load for $2,500, you see that money hit your account or your factor, and you think, man, I'm rich. You go out and buy the Chrome, you buy the fancy gear, you take the family out for a steak dinner, but you forget about the 60-day lag. Trucking is a game of delayed gratification. You are paying for today's fuel with money that you earned 2 months ago. If you don't understand your financial literacy, you're going to run out of oxygen before you reach the summit. Most year one failures happen because the owner didn't know their CPM. That's their cost per mile. If you don't know exactly what it costs to move that truck 1 inch, including taxes, tires, and maintenance reserves, you aren't a business owner, you're a gambler, and the house always wins. Hey, I know you're enjoying the video, but check this out. If you're tired of the same old routine, chasing low boards, dealing with brokers who never pay what you're worth, or getting stuck in gig app madness, listen up. It's time to ditch all of that. With my final mile contract plug pack that I created, you're not just stepping away from the gig apps, you're also saying goodbye to the brokers and you're saying bye to the lowball lows for good. All right. With the contract plug pack, you get real contracts, real companies, and the whole toolkit: email templates, SOPs, and everything you need to run things on your own terms. So if you're ready to break free from all that hassle, click the link in the description box below and let's get you set up with steady, reliable contracts and real paydays. Let's make it happen. The third reason is the ego. I see guys who think they can do it all. You want to be the driver, the dispatcher, the mechanic, and the accountant. You think you're saving money by not paying a dispatcher or not using a consultant. But here's the reality: while you're under the hood trying to save $200 on a repair, you're losing $1,500 in revenue because you aren't on the phone booking your next load. You fail because you try to scale chaos. You haven't built systems. You don't have a process for vetting brokers. You don't have a process for maintenance. Everything is off the cuff. Success in trucking is boring. It's about doing the same profitable thing over and over again. If your business depends on you being the hero every single day, you will eventually burn out. And when the hero burns out, the company dies. Finally, we have to talk about the only real way to lose. You fell because you quit. I know that sounds simple, but listen, every titan in this industry, they all hit a wall in year one. They all had a moment where the bank account was at zero, the truck was broken, and the broker lied to them. The difference between the titan and the failure isn't the bank account, it's the threshold. And failure is just a data point. It's nothing but a lesson. And nothing beats a failure but a try. But a lot of you try until it gets uncomfortable and then you retreat back to a company job. You fell because you didn't fail forward. You took the first major hit as a sign to stop instead of a sign to pivot. If you want to survive year one, you have to decide now that the only way out of the storm is to keep the wheels turning straight through it. Now, if you want to be the 10% that make it in year two, here is your intelligence report. Stop being a driver and start being a CEO. Look at the numbers, not the steering wheel. Plan for scale. If you aren't thinking about truck number two, you're already dying. Master your CPM. If you don't know your cost per mile to the penny, then stay off the load boards. Build systems. Stop being the hero. Start being the architect. Trucking isn't hard because of the work. It's hard because of the discipline. Now, if this video helped you out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video, and turn on the post notifications. And while you're still here, check out the video below on the screen where I talk about the Wild West of trucking. I talk about the ticket spreading game drivers played in the 70s and the 80s, the difference between the old chauffeur's license and the CDL, the grandfather clause for the OG drivers, and why the 1992 deadline professionalized the trucking business. And once again, this is Marcellus with Trucking with MBR. And if you're ready to stop guessing and start growing, check out the Box Truck Blueprint webinar and get your foundation right. The link is in the description box below. Keep grinding, keep failing forward. I'll see you on the next video.
Ever since I scaled my fleet, I've been using Gusto for payroll, and it's been a game changer. It makes paying drivers and contractors super simple, keeps all the tax stuff handled automatically, and even helps with benefits when you're ready to grow your team. If you're running a business, trust me, you don't want payroll to be a headache. I'll drop the link in the description so you can get started with Gusto today.